This is Ask True Part 2.
Okay, let's have a look at some of the questions and see if we can answer them.
Okay, it wasn't put on this response, but I think that might have been a mistake. Someone asked, have we ever seen a drop bear?
A drop bear. I think we got some on video, didn't we?
I think so.
Yes.
Which corresponds to question 2 from Natural 20 Films. I'd like to know what your favourite surprise discovery or sighting has been during your search for the thylacine.
The closest thing to a drop bear would be the spotted-tailed quail. I got so excited I can't really express it and still keep it G-rated how excited I got it when I saw that bit of footage.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. That spotted-tailed quail in the subalpine trail cam vid where it climbs the tree, jumps across to the bait, drags it to the ground. 100% my favourite moment so far.
And these guys can drop out of a tree onto prey larger than themselves. They are basically the real drop bear.
The drop bear. Okay, W. Darrig 71. This guy contributes all the time and he's asked a 4-part question.
Wow.
Do you have an overall strategy for your search? For example, you've been talking about how you have selected your camera hides, but is there a macro level plan about how you'd select the locations or areas? Do you mind if I go?
You go, yes.
Okay, Warren, realistically it comes down to 3 things for me. Historical data, so was the animal known there in the past? Current reports, so post-1936, and that can be from our sightings to T.R.U. or from other websites, books, searches, etc., and whether the habitat still exists. Those 3 things combined together, I think, dictates where we search.
Yes, and also it's an evolving process.
For sure.
We are sort of probably defining it and learning along the way.
And that's probably ties into part 2 of his question. Do you think you would undertake some form of rapid reaction type search if you're given a fresh report? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it rated highly, particularly on that Smith system, and whether we thought it was credible, realistically, if it was fairly local and we could get to it, some of the sort of sightings we've had have actually been interstate, which makes it a little bit difficult just a rapid response, get time off work.
Yeah, it's true, because we do actually work, don't we?
We do, absolutely. Do you have any plans to do more sightings analysis in a similar way to Anne's sighting?
Absolutely. Yes, we are very keen to do more.
Absolutely.
Comes down to, again, getting time off work.
And absolutely our most popular video, absolute cracker. So, yes, definitely.
Plan to do a lot more.
Question 4, leeches. Where are they? They're f***ing everywhere. You could pull 10 off my leg just from walking through this bush. But what he's getting at is there's a paper posted, and Warren actually sent me the link about sort of getting blood from leeches to determine what they'd been eating on, whether that's a viable way to track cryptids. I'd say absolutely, and Tasmania's full of leeches.
It is an interesting response.
If you haven't seen that article, just go to the T.R.U. Facebook page. Absolute cracker. I think it's a brilliant idea. Bring it on. Bring it on.
There's plenty of leeches, that's the trouble.
Yeah.
Too many.
Okay, this is Antarctic Wolf from the YouTube channel. Question 1, this is a 3-parter too. What would you do if you saw a thylacine and you were 100% sure it was one?
Yeah, well...
Wish I had an adult diaper on.
Good response. Yeah, I'd go with that.
Yep. And then we would have to sit down and determine exactly how we would go about.
We have discussed the possibility.
For sure. We have a T.R.U. policy in case that eventuates. Bottom line, we would be very reluctant to give out information on location. We would do everything for the welfare and the benefit of that animal.
That is the bottom line, whatever's going to be best for the animal.
Yeah.
And giving away the location may not be the best, so it's something we would discuss.
Let's hope that happens.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Part 2 of Antarctic Wolf's question, what would you do if you captured one? Bill, did you want to cover that?
Part of our policy is not to capture. It's to strictly observe.
Hands-off approach.
Well, historically, a lot of ones that were trapped actually died. And very similar to kangaroos, if you restrain them, they seem to die. I don't know if it's myopathy like kangaroos, but there is something going on there that if they get captured, they die.
Devils are very prone to stress. I think Antarctic wolf, absolutely hands-off. Camera traps, observation, video.
Catch them on camera.
Capture them on camera. Part 3, are you supporting cloning of the thylacine in order to bring it back? Would you go to the point where you would pay tax money for it? I'd like to just put in that we pay taxes. Both Bill and I work. We're not on the dole. This is not government supported, as some of our haters have suggested.
But anyway, what do we think about it? Well, I think it's a long way off.
Me too.
Lots of problems.
I don't think we've got the technology. To my knowledge, Mike Archer's project has been axed anyway, and my big problem with cloning is not moral or ethical, it's actually from a conservation standpoint. If we can screw up, send something to extinction, and then bring it back, conservation dies. Preserving an animal in its location basically just goes by the wayside. We screw it up, drive it to extinction and bring it back. I have a real issue with that.
Yeah. Because it might make conservation sloppy in the future.
For sure.
Yeah, the other thing is the whole thing has a problem that they really need to build an artificial pouch before they can go ahead with it.
Absolutely. The DNA they've got is pretty fragmented, so I'm not sure we're up to that stage anyway. Interesting. I'd love to see a thylacine. Not sure that's the way to go about it. Oh, fourth part from the same poster, Antarctic wolf. Do you believe in any other extinct, non-existent species? Or do you think it's possible like stuff like dinosaurs, Nessie or Moa?
Well, probably not Moa, because
it's pretty efficiently hunted.
Yeah.
Which is not too bad a case study for thylacine, really.
Which I haven't actually been to New Zealand, but
I have been to New Zealand.
We're talking about something very large. The thylacine probably much more easily hidden. I imagine, I'd have to have a look, but I think a lot of things that have extinct and have come back would probably be very small animals, or very stealth animals.
Yeah, the three that sort of spring to mind is sort of the mountain pygmy possum, which is that sort of size.
Yeah.
Gilbert's potteroo, that sort of size. Leadbetter's possum, that sort of size.
And there's been quite a few herps as well, you know.
I don't know. My answer, haven't really thought about it enough. Don't live in those environments. It's not part of my day-to-day routine. Need to think about it a lot more.
Certainly something large like a plesiosaur. I might have trouble believing that.
I have a bit of trouble with cryptids and realistically what they eat. A big predator can't exist on air and water. So if you could prove to me that there's sufficient food source and habitat in a sort of unaffected area with not too high a population density, then I'd be pretty willing to believe that maybe a cryptid lived there.
Yeah.
Move on.
Just going on with that though, I do believe there are sort of like, you know, short hominids about this high. Okay.
Question somewhere here. From Antarctic Wolf. Chris, have you ever met Gandalf the Grey? Ching. If you put a rakish thing on it, get him to go and say something Middle-earthy.
Thou shalt not pass! Hang on.
Right there.
There we go. Thou shalt not pass! How's that?
Gandalf Grey.
Alright.
I worked with him for bloody 5 years, so yes, absolutely. Am I over him? Yes.
Funny little hobbit.